Welcome. This is a recap of the July 10th, 2023 City Council meeting. First off, this evening we had a presentation from the VFW Club. We had the commander in to present a National Life-Saving Award to our fire department, and the fire department was here in full force. In January of this year, we had a fire where the department had a life-threatening situation and got that person out of the building. And nationally, the VFW likes to recognize those situations and the wonderful work done around the country by various fire departments. And we certainly are proud of our fire department in Grand Rapids and appreciate the VFW recognizing them this evening. They do difficult work day in and day out, and I know they have pride in how trained that they are, and we appreciate the work that they do. So thank you to them, and thank you for the VFW Club for recognizing them. With that, we moved into the rest of the meeting. A number of items on the consent agenda. Just maybe mention one, because sometimes I get questions on this. Why are we, the city, hiring bands? We approved contracts with 3 bands this evening for Tall Timber Days. And the reason that we do that, the city ourselves do not spend money on it, but it's kind of a pass-through situation because of our insurance that is used for these events. So those agreements were approved this evening. In the regular meeting, we approved agreements related to the 2023 art project. The art commission, the projects around town are on a 5-year rotation, but they also are contingent on dedicated funding that comes in through certain mechanisms. And so they're not always done in 5 years, but the next project that's up will be for this year. And that will be in the northwest part of town, quadrant of town. The next number of these projects are geared for different quadrants of town. There have been many meetings with community members and discussion by the art board. And this project will take place up on Highway 38 near the entrance to the high school and civic center at the Ryan Flood Memorial Basketball Court, right in that area. And what was approved tonight was a preliminary agreement with 3 artists around the Northland, including one from the area, to submit proposals to do a mock-up proposal of what their final project would be. And the project has to be geared, the criteria that the commission used this year is it has to be geared towards the neighborhood. It has to represent something from that northwest neighborhood. And so we approved that, and the final decision will be made sometime in September, probably late September, on who wins that bid and what the project will look like. Next up, we considered extending loud noise ordinances for September 9th, 2023, which is the night of Riverfest. And normally the loud noise ordinance begins at 10 p.m. at night. The council did agree to extend that to midnight on that one day of the year. But we also amended the original proposal to limit it to non-residential areas. So the actual site of the Riverfest will be done by roughly 10 o'clock, but a number of businesses in town would have some after events that night and would need permission to extend those. And so the agreement was, the council amended it to include non-residential, and that there would be, although not part of the motion, the city has committed to make sure residents in any areas that this may take place would be notified within a certain radius of the event. And so this won't be in your local neighborhood. The neighbor won't be able to take advantage of that and make that night a loud night next door to you, but it might extend to various establishments like the 2 breweries in town, maybe the VFW or another establishment along those lines of having a band after the Riverfest is over. We also approved a resolution and letter in support of an application from the Itasca County HRA to the Minnesota Housing Finance Administration for the development of 8 additional affordable owner-occupied single-family homes up in the Forest Lake addition. They are currently, have already been approved for 8, and those 8 are probably going to get started this year. This is asking for additional money from the state Housing Finance Administration for 8 more of those homes up in the Forest Lake area. And so we certainly hope that the HRA is successful in landing that money so we can build some more homes in Grand Rapids. And finally, we approved 2 members to the Police Community Advisory Board, Cassie Castile and Nicolette Roberts. And our next regularly scheduled meeting is scheduled for July 24th at 5 p.m.